So nice to see all of you guys. Thanks for being here with me. We are going to be obviously doing a little bit of work around pincha mayurasana today. And, for the longest time in my practice, I would always think about, okay, what's weak? And I always used to fall to the right side every time. And I was building up the strength on my right shoulder. And then I used to think, okay, what's not mobile? What's stiff? And my thoracic spine, guys, is like, and so I was like, okay, I'll work my thoracic spine into a bit more mobility. And those two strategies are excellent. I want you to hold on to them. I want you to keep going back to them whenever there's something that you're struggling with. But I want you to realize that there are many more layers to the system. And in this class in particular, we're going to add in some vestibular work and also what I call mapping, sports-specific mapping. We've done this quite a few times together, where I put you into the position exactly. And then we'll be isolating different body parts, not necessarily to improve the strength or the mobility in that area, although that does happen. But the overarching thing that we're trying to improve is the brain's understanding of where you are in space. So it's like, oh, I've been here before. Oh, this is not scary for me. Oh, actually, I've got a few more muscles I can recruit in this area. So it's just like we're lighting up various parts of the system and we're giving the whole system a chance to work together. So that's the intro for what we're going to be working on. And I'll throw a few more bits of information at you as we're doing the practice. Bring your feet flat onto the ground with your knees bent. And then I want you to press through the feet until the hips lift up in line with your knees. To wake up the middle section of our bodies, take your hands onto your pelvis and vigorously rub this area from your pubic bone across your pelvis and your hip flexors. Your arms moving vigorously creates a bit of perturbation, so you're going to have to stabilize as you do this. And then I want you to switch your hands around to your bum and do the same vigorous rub down of the booty. Fantastic, guys. Now, using these muscles, we're going to lower and lift. The arms are just somewhere, either flat on the ground or clasped above your chest. And we're lowering and lifting as we imagine a heavy weight resting on our pelvis. And this external mass, it's quite a lot for us to control. So you're having to mentally really drive up, even more powerful than you normally would. We're going to do 3 more. Nice and steady. And the last one, we're going to remain up at the maximum height, and we're going to do pulse. We're pulsing this big, heavy mass resting on our bodies. Good, and you can imagine your body in a pincha and how you have to control the shape of the hips in relation to your lower back. So we're warming up sensory component of the pelvis, a little bit of the muscle strength. We'll journey to mapping in a moment. For now, hips down, hug your knees into your chest, rock forward and back. And then on the last one, rock all the way up onto your feet. And we're going to begin with sensory stimulation of our bodies and our hands occupying such a huge proportion of our mapping in our brains. It really is worth giving them a good old wash before we begin. Each individual finger. The palms, the backs of the hands, the wrists. It's tiring giving yourself a rub down, so consider this your warm-up. Okay, you're now going to take your right hand onto the top of your right shoulder, stroke down 5 times vigorously, and then from your fingertips, as you flip your palm up underneath your armpit, and then we're going to switcheroo to the other side, right arm getting the love, or if you did the other side first, left arm. Okay, switch the palm up and then stroke down to your armpit. But as you can imagine, we're going to be doing quite a lot on our forearms, which means elbows and shoulders probably need a little bit more of a dial up than usual. So I want you to actually spend a bit of time rubbing your forearms right down to your elbow joint. And the other side, even though you're maybe not resting on all the parts of your forearm, I still want you to give it as much sensory stimulation throughout the whole forearm as possible. Let's switch it to the other side. Don't be shy, go for it. Great, and of course the shoulders as well. So you can imagine being in this position, load bearing, it is a lot. So right hand on the shoulder, and if you find that reaching very far back is tricky for you, just go as far as you can, but try and stroke all the way across your upper back, across the top of the shoulder, and even sort of the front portion where the collarbone is. The collarbone is actually part of your shoulder complex. And these little joints, they work really hard, but they're not often given much attention. And then we're going to switch it to the left side. Okay. Now, another area that a lot of people struggle with is this middle section of the body. It sort of bends on one level, but the rest of the body is sort of rock hard, rock solid. So let's improve the mapping from the belly, kind of giving it a good old shimmy, good old shake. The sides. Good, and then even the back, and I like to create like a little rounded spine. Gosh, if anyone walked in now and saw us, hey? Go, get the straight jacket. Nice. Okay, obviously we could do the whole body, but I don't want to take too long with this concept. Let's start to work on this idea of utilizing more areas of the brain. So we're going to do something called eye isometrics. Take your thumb, lift it above you to the edge of your visual field, your nose facing forwards, it hasn't lifted at all, and take your eyes up to look at the thumb for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head stays still, eyes move down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the thumb to the right, hold your vision. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change to the left side. Good. Upper right diagonal. Upper left. Good. It's tempting to turn the head. Be strict with yourself. Keep your head still. Let's go lower right. And then lower left. So your eyes have reflexes that join up into the body. And so by keeping the eyes fixated, we stimulate these reflexes. We're also going to do something called a smooth pursuit, where we track across the visual field. So you can use your right thumb and in the middle join your left if you've got really big range. If you find that that's quite hard, keep the range where the thumb travels small. Head stays still, eyes are going all the way across from one side to the other. And you're smoothly and calmly tracking the movement of the target. One more. Good job. Target is now going to go down and up. And whilst you're doing this, I want you to relax through your breath. Mentally, you're sending that message that you are calm and safe, and that even advanced balances are a part of your daily routine. Nice. We're going to do a diagonal now. Again, I'm going to use my 2 thumbs. You are welcome to just use 1. It depends on what your visual range is with your eyes. And then we're going to do the diagonal on the opposite side. So your eyes are so important to the brain. There are more centers dedicated to vision than probably anything else in your whole brain. Every single part of your brain has got vision centers in it. So it's really, really powerful to stimulate the eyes before we move. When you've done the last one on the last diagonal, bring your arms by your side, because next we're going to establish what your unique stance is going to be for your vestibular training. So how we're going to work this out is, step one is feet wide, and you're going to close your eyes. And if you feel really safe with your feet wide, your eyes closed, you don't feel funny or weird, I want you to challenge yourself by bringing your feet together. And again, there might be little twitches, but if you're unsure, I want you to open your eyes. Okay, so feet together, eyes open, or feet wide. It's all good. You've got all these layers that you can explore. Now, if you're still like, I got this, lady, stand on your right leg and begin to count. Your eyes are closed, and you're counting how many seconds you can stand on this one leg. Now, if you're doing quite well, observe the sway. Like, how wobbly are you? Okay, cool. Well done. If you were on the one leg with the eyes closed and you didn't fall over, amazing. Remember, you're counting to when you fall over. Now let's notice if it's any different on the other leg. Eyes closed. Alrighty, guys. Now, give me an indication. Did you find one of those easy? Which leg did you find easier? For me, right leg is harder. Did you have one leg that you had yes, okay, Brand. So if you have one leg that's harder, that's the leg you're going to stand on with your eyes closed every time we do a vestibular drill. Got it? You'll always stand on the one leg because we're trying to challenge that side of your brain, which obviously needs a bit of upregulating. If you start feeling funny, you open your eyes, you put 2 feet on the ground, you stay safe, because this can be quite a lot for the brain when you first start doing it. Let's move on. We're going to work into our mapping now. So take your hands, feet together, join your palms, and then take the arms behind your head so it looks like we're doing pincha. Now the back ribs, imagine they're going to touch the wall behind you, and the pelvis is squeezing to touch the wall in front of you. That's it. So you're locked like a sandwich. None of your cheese is falling out. Good. Now, to challenge yourself even further, rise up onto your tippy toes. And we're again going to add in a vestibular drill, because you're going to take your vision diagonally up. It'll be hard to look all the way up. So just as high as you can, head and eyes are now trying to look up to the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, imagine this is the position your head is in when you're balancing. 2, and 1. Nicely done. Heels down, arms down for 1 second. Inhale through your nose. And then as you breathe out, arms are going to rise back up into that same position. Back ribs on the thoracic spine, push towards the wall behind you. Pelvis, it's being pulled to the wall in front of you. Shoulders are going to lower and lift. And I want you to, if possible, look up as you do this. Imagine you're keeping your pincha shape, your upside down pincha, as you do these shrugs. It's tempting to breathe through the mouth. Keep it through the nose. Two more. Okay, awesome. Now keep the push. Okay, you're keeping the push, eyes up. Squeeze the legs as if they're going to move through each other. Right leg is going to become left, left is going to become right. Push as much as you can. Imagine the ceiling is about to fall on your head and you're trying to save your life. Push it up a little higher. Okay, slowly relax out of that. It made me sweat. Did anyone else start sweating? Okay, good. Shake it out. We're going to add a couple more layers into this mapping. Big breath in through your nose, big sigh. Okay. We've done shrugs. We're also going to try out shoulders. Feet are together. Legs are moving through each other. Back ribs, back wall. Pelvis, front wall. Eye line as high as you can take it comfortably. Circle the shoulders back. Really big, slow circles. When you've done the fifth one, reverse. And if it's shaky, I want you to realize that the mapping of what we are doing is being challenged. Now, if you're feeling brave enough, the head and eyes are still up. Close your eyes so it becomes a vestibular drill being in this position. We got one more big circle coming up. Squeeze the legs through each other to touch opposite walls. Arms down. You did so good. Shake it out. Big breath in through your nose. We're going to be like such good pincha people after this. Woo. Okay, once you've had a little shakeroo, last mapping thing in standing, we're going to translate it down to the ground later. If you can tolerate the arms, do them. If it's too stressful, maybe they're getting tired, you can have the arms by your side. You're still getting a lot of benefit. Feet together makes your vestibular training harder. So squeeze the legs through each other, pelvis, ribs, arms, head. Close the eyes if you choose to. Now put your mind in your thoracic spine, which is the part of your back that lines up to your ribs. And I want you to kind of arch and round. Arch and round. So it's like you're doing a little back bend and then a round cat-cow basically, but just for the ribs. Three more. Two more. And one. Okay, team. We're now going to step it to the front of the mat. Feet are together, arms by your side. If it feels okay to you, you're going to close your eyes, tune into your breathing. And even though you've been doing stuff that's hard and maybe shaky, there's a smooth, elegant quality to each breath you're taking. On the next breath, eyes are going to open, arms are going to float up above your head. Strong body's going to forward fold. As if you have a weight on your back. Lift up halfway and resist that big mass. Hands on the ground, step your right leg and then your left leg back until you arrive in a downward dog. Shoulders shift forward into plank position. Hips pull back into downward facing dog. Now this is quite a simple movement for most of you guys. So I want you to put your mind into your shoulders. And I want you to feel, how do your shoulders control the movement? And then I want you to feel, particularly as you push back, do your ribs tend to collapse as you go into downward dog? Do they flare open? Or can you maintain that round upper back we've been working on in our pincha? Now you're going to just do one more of these, and we're going to up the ante a little bit because you're going to go backwards, not all the way so that you're very flexible. Hang back just a touch from that place. Lower your elbows 1 millimeter and straighten. And again, a little bit deeper and straighten. Maybe 3 centimeters now. Down and straighten. Maybe so that your elbows just skim the floor and straighten. Good. 2 more of those. Skim and touch. Good. Now, I want you to go back to your rib cage and your shoulders. We're going to do 3 more. That rib cage popping and flaring. I want you to control that as we lower. Notice the shoulders. Maybe don't go down as deep if it feels like it's too much. 1 more. Very well done. Okay, you might want to bring your knees down. We're going to bring our elbows to the ground, or you can just do them one at a time. Lift the heels of the feet as high as you can. Push the floor away. Amazing. Bring the knees down, lift the elbows off the ground, round your spine into a cat. Press the hips forward until you arch into a cobra. Keep this back bend as you slowly ripple back into child's pose. Cat as you round forwards. Cow as you go back. Now, if we had to move the spine as a global unit, big flexion, big extension, it's very good for us, but we're going to get more benefit if we segment. It's going to give us better mapping of each and every joint. So I want you to really articulate as precisely as possible. You should be shaking. Option 1 is to stay down with the knees. Option 2, stay on the tops of your feet as you rise into an up dog. Let's use our eyes here as well. I want you to take the eye line up without moving the head. And then I want you to put your focus in your upper back, like a string connected to your breastbone is pulling you up. Good. Now you're going to arch all the way back into your downward facing dog. Take your eyes down to your nose as you round and flex as you cat into plank. Arch, eyes up. Flex, plank, eyes down. Segment when you feel ready. So we have more control of the middle section of our body. One more. From the downward facing dog, elongate your right leg to the sky, knee to chest, extend it back. When you go back, bend your elbows 1 millimeter. Knee to chest again, elbows straight. As you go back, bend a little bit deeper. As you come forward, knee to chest, arms straight. Last one, how low can you go with the elbows? How high can you lift that right leg? Good. Straighten the arms, knee to chest, right foot forwards, left knee down. Now, I debated whether or not I should put this in class because it's so boring. You know, good old-fashioned forwards, feel the hip flexors, back, feel the hamstrings. The reason I said, yeah, we need it, is because when you're kicking up, you need to be able to split the legs apart. So I want you to use this opportunity just to get that range between the front leg and the back leg. So in your own time, move forward and back, but find your edge each time. So it might mean that each repetition, you've got to separate the legs a little bit more. Just make sure you've got control of your muscles. So there's an activation moving along with the opening. Okay, if you've taken a bit more of a gap between the legs, I encourage you to bring your right foot back a bit. It's just going to make it feel nicer. Hands down, step it all the way back into your downward facing dog. Let's go back to the ripple, maybe making it a little bit bigger this time. Last one. Left leg rises. Knee to chest, plank. As you go back, little bend on the elbows. Knee to chest. Become aware of the shoulders and the rib cage. Where do you compensate? A little bit bigger on the second, and going as deep as you can on the third. And then taking a full step forwards for this old chestnut. Remember, you're finding your edge every time. So it takes a little bit of mindfulness. And you're feeling the activation in that edge. So it's not about releasing everything. We're nearly there, okay? You've got a few more to go. You've done so good. Okay, left foot, drag it back a little bit. Glide the left leg back. Find your downward facing dog. Lift the heels of the feet really high. Control through the shoulders along with the middle ribs as you bend the elbows as close as you can to the ground. Maybe all the way down in one clean movement. When your elbows connect to the ground, I want you to push the floor away from you. Good. Now this feeling of pressing down, keep that as you tiptoe the feet away from your head. Your hips will start to lower, your head rises, you're in a forearm plank. The idea is that you keep pushing away. Feet are now going to tiptoe in towards the elbows. We're going to go backwards twice more. Last one. Now, I don't want you guys to get too tired in this class just from all the warm-up drills. When you've done the final one, knees down, and let's have a little breather with a neural floss. We're going to do all three of the main nerves on the right, then we'll switch to the left. Let's start with median. Push the wall away. Depress the shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Intensity 3 out of 10. Head up, head down. Up, down. 2 more with a head. Last one. Now keep the ear relaxed over towards the left shoulder. Let's take the right shoulder up and down. And you'll feel that as you depress the shoulder, the neural tension increases. And the movement that we're doing is also good for your mapping. Great stuff. Head back to neutral. Now bend the elbow until the hand is upside down towards the face. And again, the head goes away and back. 3 out of 10. Spread the fingers. Extend the wrist. Shoulder down. 2 more. Relax your belly to breathe. This time, keep the ear down. We're going to lift the shoulder up and down. Fantastic. When you've done the final one, head back to neutral. High five me. Show me your fingernails. Take the arm behind you. Roll the shoulder in. The hand will face out. And then pull the arm away from you into abduction. The thumb, if it's comfortable to, you can pull it across your palm like you're showing me the number 4. Head away and up. Away and up. 3 more to go. Smooth breaths. I don't know if any of you spend a lot of time on computers, but this is so good for you if you've been online for a while. Nice. Now the shoulder, the head stays down. When you've done the 5th one, shake out that arm. And let's go on to the other side. Push the wardrobe away. Shoulder is down. Right ear down for 5. When the 5th one is complete, bring the ear down and take your focus to the shoulder. Little shrug up to the ear and then slowly down. The more you depress it, the bigger the sensation. So hang back if it's very intense. Less is more when it comes to neural flossing. When you've done the 5th one, bring yourself back to neutral. Bend the elbows so the hand is upside down towards your face. Right ear, right shoulder, slowly down. Keep the ear relaxed over. Let's move into the shoulder on its own. Control the glide of the shoulder so that it's smooth as possible. Awesome. When the last one is done, high five me. Show me your fingernails. Arm goes behind you. Shoulder internally rotates and the arm abducts out to the side. Moves away from the body. Ear over. Actually, don't forget your thumb. It can sometimes be useful to pull it across your palm like you're showing the number 4. Head up and down now. Up and down. 3 more to go. Last one. Keep the ear. Focus on the shoulder. Nice. Alrighty. Ease out of that. Do some swirly motions with a couple of big happy breaths. Ooh, stretch. Just as like a little test, stand up and put your arms back in that pincha position. Legs moving through each other, ribs to the back wall, hips to the front wall. And look up and just feel if the position on the arms is any different. For me, it's like, I don't know, 3-4% easier. Just a small amount. But hey, I'll take anything. Did anyone else feel like it was a little bit easier? Give me a, yeah, you got thumbs up? Nice, Brandy. Okay, cool, guys. So let's start to just put a little bit more of a drill into this. Before we do that, feet wide. I want to put you into air hunger first to give your shoulder a bit more range into flexion. You know the drill. Inhale through your nose. Exhale with me until you have no air. Hold your breath and let's squat. One breath to recover. Yeah, if you want to keep going, Misha, you do. You keep going, okay. Let's try the arms again. Let's see if we got any more range. Oh, fantastic. All right, let's take a forward fold. This time, let's step the left leg back first into your downward facing dog. Elbows to the ground. Dolphin, take it forwards and then control it back. No need for the nose to touch if that feels too intense. Save your energy for the real deal. Fantastic. Last one. Great stuff. Now imagine a block between your elbows. You're going to hug it
I like to put my hands into a prayer position. This is totally a personal preference. You choose what works for you. Right leg in the air. And I want you to do like little shifts where it feels like your left heel is being pulled away from the ground. From your right foot to your head is a solid line, like you're a statue. Nothing is moving. And you're just shifting forward and back. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Bring it down. Slowly curve through a child's pose into a kneeling position. Close your eyes and breathe. You're going to choose your pincha arms. Palms flat, palms together. Push away from the ground when you get there. Move your eyes into a focal point, left leg in the air. It's as if someone's grabbed hold of that leg. You're shifting forward and back, forward and back. Instead of you kicking off the floor, that person who's behind you, that's got your left leg, is pulling you. And that support is giving you the confidence to maybe lift a little bit off of the right foot. Bring it on down. And again, close your eyes. Slow breaths. Eyes open. Your choice how you get up. You can ninja jump or just stand like a logical, normal person. Yeah. So we're going to go back to our leg that's building on balance. Maybe not quite where the other leg is just yet, but I guarantee what we're going to do next is it's going to change something. We're going to stand on that one leg, which you can always abandon for 2 feet. And I'm going to move my head with eyes closed into 6 places. I'll show you. Turn, turn, up, down, tilt, tilt. We're going to do this with eyes closed. You're going to be fighting like this. As long as you feel safe, it doesn't matter that there's a lot of shaking, but maybe for some of you, it'll feel good to be near something. It might feel good to be near something just for your brain to feel safe. So, we're going to hold each coordinate for 10 counts. It's going to feel tiring. Your leg might burn. Put the other foot down anytime you want. Close your eyes. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Turn the head to the right. From the middle, turn your head left. From the middle, head up. From the middle, head down. From the middle, right ear tilts. From the middle, left. And then relax. Did your leg burn? Anyone else's leg burn? Yeah? I was like, oh. Okay, we're going to now sandwich this with another little pincha practice. Same concept. It's like someone's pulling the leg behind you. So let's flow into it. Inhale, arms up. Strong body to fall down. Step the right leg back. Elbows down as the left leg arrives up. Now put your eyes on your focal point and imagine that person is behind you. Maybe you've even got the wall there if that feels more safe for you. That's good. Use everything in your environment to make you feel good. Very nice. Okay, slowly come down if you're still up there. I'm just looking this way because it's the big screen. Give me like a this for it was kind of better, this for it was definitely better, and this for not better at all. Okay, Lorna, you had some good. Nice. Mais o menos. So Mishi, if you're like this, it could be that the dose was either too easy or too hard. So we're not sure, right? Because everything's personal. So I'm going to make it a bit harder now, and it's going to tell you as soon as you do the pose, if it's not the right dose for you, then we're going to make it easier. Sound good? What we did before with this drill is we moved the head at our own pace. It's going to be harder now because I'm going to get you to snap the head quick. Are you ready? You're on that leg that struggles a little more than the other, but you're going to give it some love. Okay, you can do it. And it's actually that side of your brain say, you can do it. The other leg is up. Close the eyes. Snap to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the front. Other side. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To the front. Snap. Quick up. From the center, quick down. From the center, right ear. From the center, left. Oh, okay, that was 10 counts. Oh my God, how's your legs doing, guys? Let's go back into our flow. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, fold it down. Ooh. Left leg takes us back. Right leg up in the sky. Little pulls into the position. Team, how are we doing? Was the dose, again, this, or this? No answer is wrong because it's your body. A little bit like this, okay? A bit more on this side. Okay, cool. For me, it was a bit better. So I'm going to give you guys the choice of this. If you found doing this hard version, one leg, eyes closed, snapping the head, it was too big, feet together, eyes closed, gentle turn of the head for the last one. Let's do this. For those of you who are like, no, I got really good results doing it the hard way, join me. Right turn. From the middle, left turn. From the middle, up. From the middle, down. From the middle, tilt. From the middle, other side. And relax. Are we ready? Last pincha, feet together. Big float, arms up high. Fold it down. Chest rises, let's take left leg back. Good. Choose your arm position that's going to serve you best. Talk to me, Mishi. How was that time? Yeah. Brandy, well done. I saw that. Amazing. Well done, guys. How's your energy? Is it quite up still? Yeah, should we do a little bit more on the pincha practice? So, you're welcome to stick with same variation. It's really fun trying the split leg as well and like a little seesaw. And we're going to try both legs and really split, but I don't want your split to be bending from one hinge in your back. If you feel that, I want you to use that feeling that we worked earlier in class, where we used our rib cage, and get your glutes to help use your hip a bit more. Sometimes we just flop into one level. I don't want that. Let's do this. Come on, into the position. Let's try left leg first. Nice, you guys. We have one more left splitty leg pincher to go. Hands and elbows down on the ground. Body up tall. Good. And remember that sometimes a little tiny tweak on where your head is looking can make a really big difference to your confidence. Oh, Lorna, I know how hard you're working. You look amazing. Brandy, give your top leg a bit more of a swing from the down up to give you a little bit more momentum. Yeah. Exactly. And then when you get to the top there, don't lift the legs too aggressively. Take a little bit of time to figure out where your balance is. If you're thinking, I'm so tired, please don't make me do another one. I've got really good news. This is like the chilled out music now at the end. If you're still practicing, I'm giving you time, I'm not rushing you. Sometimes with these advanced poses, we run out of fuel. And it's actually a fuel, the lack of energy, that gives us the control. So I think most of you guys have come down. If you're now lifting up into your last one, you please feel free to go. If you're with me, just a few deep breaths in sitting or in kneeling. You're going to take 2 more breaths. Good. And if you're still practicing, continue. For those of you who are moving with me, your hands are holding opposite elbows, your arms lift up above your head, and then it's like your arms open, just a nice shoulder circle. Again, hold opposite hand, opposite elbow. Inhale as you rise up. And then just... And again, cross. It can feel really nice to, as you lift your arms up, bring your chin down and keep it there as the arms go back. And let's just do one more of those. Chin down as the arms reach, 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 reach. You can keep the arms down by your side now. Even kind of creep them out to the side so they're stretching really far away from you. And then you're just going to tilt one ear and then the other side. These little tilts kind of stretching all of the fascia and the neural tissue along the upper arm. Do the same thing with your palms turned up. And then keep your right ear tilted to your right shoulder. Turn your nose down to your armpit on the right. And then turn your nose up diagonally to the upper left. And you can just do this a couple of times, down and up. And then you're going to turn the nose down and you're going to wiggle your jaw side to side. And you're going to relax your jaw, roll your chin, relax your arms, roll your chin down to the center of your chest. Ooh, get really heavy, nice and floppy. And then slowly lift your head up. Creep your fingers out to the side. Let your head just go side to side again. Turn your palms up if that feels nice too. Keep the left ear over the left shoulder. Nose turns to left armpit. Diagonal up to the right. When you've done the third one, you're going to bring your nose down to the left and you're going to find that little bit of tension running down the right arm and you're going to wiggle your jaw side to side, really relaxed. And then you're going to relax your arms, chin is going to rotate down to your chest. And your head is going to slowly rise up into the center. Have a lie down on your back. And as you arrive there, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big squeeze.